Yeah. Yes, good morning, my dear students. So, yesterday we have discussed about the average probability of symbol error, or what we can say is bit error rate for binary phase shift keying with coherent detection, right? And we found that the value of the BER for binary phase shift keying with coherent detection is what? P is equal to Q function, right? Q of square root of 2EB by N naught. Right, so means what we understood is, sorry, the by increasing the energy per bit, okay, increasing the transmitted signal energy per bit, we will be able to say the message points are moving further away from the center, right? That is the origin, so that the average probability of symbol error will be reduced. Okay, and I said in BPSK we are able to transmit only 1 bit per symbol, right? 1 bit per second, what I can say. So then the next one is the quadrature phase shift keying, right? I discussed a little bit about this also. What is QPSK and what is the advantage of this particular modulation technique, I said, right? So before that, I told what are the important design goals, okay, in the design of a digital communication system. In that, I said first one is uh, what to have a reliable performance, right? So very low probability of error is required, right? So that is one important design goal of a digital communication system. And another one is the efficient utilization of the channel bandwidth. Okay, efficient utilization of the channel bandwidth. So let us see how this QPSK will be able to utilize the channel bandwidth as efficiently as possible when compared to BPSK. Okay, so with respect to BPSK, what I said, the information is carried in the phase of the carrier wave, right? So binary 0 will be conveyed with an 180-degree phase shift, and binary 1 or symbol 1 will be conveyed with 0-degree phase shift. So with respect to that, I was telling symbol 1 will be transmitted by cosine wave and symbol 0 by minus cosine wave, right? In the same way, in case of QPSK also, the phase of the carrier, okay, the phase of the carrier takes one of the 4 equally spaced phase information, okay? The phase of the carrier takes one of the 4 equally spaced values. So what are those values? Let us try to understand. Okay. Already I said about that is one is pi by 4, second one is 3 pi by 4, third one is 5 pi by 4, and fourth one is 7 pi by 4, right? So I said in case of QPSK, the phase of the carrier takes on one of the 4 equally spaced values. So what are those values? I said it will be pi by 4, 3 pi by 4, 5 pi by 4, and 7 pi by 4. Okay. Okay, so for that set of values, we can define the QPSK modulated signal mathematically by what? SI of t is equal to, I said, which is equal to defined as what? Square root of 2e by t, square root of 2e by t cosine of 2 pi fct plus, sorry, 2i minus 1 of pi by 4. Okay, over the interval 0 to t. Okay, over the interval 0 to t. Then it will be 0 elsewhere, right? So how do I say what is S1 of t, S2 of t, S3 of t, and S4 of t. Since here I said I will be transmitting a pair of bits, right? That we call as a die bit, right? So 0 0 we convey with one phase, 0 1 another phase, 1 0 another phase, and 1 1 another phase, right? So with respect to that, what I can say is when I substitute I is equal to 1 in this expression, I get the expression for S1 of t. So what is that S1 of t? So S1 of t, right? With respect to this, what I can write? If I substitute the value of I as 1, so I can say S1 of t. So which is equal to what? Square root of 2e by t cosine of 2 pi f c t plus, since I is 1, so 2 minus 1 is 1. So I can write cosine of 2 pi f c t plus pi by 4. Hope I am clear. Similarly, substitute I is equal to 2. Yes, any one of you can say what is the expression I can write for S2 of t? Yes, quickly I expect response from you people. When I substitute I is equal to 2 in this expression, what is the expression I can write for S2 of t? Yes, my dear students, I expect response. Hope am I audible? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Please substitute the value of I as 2 in this expression. Can you tell me the what expression we get? Yes.
Root 2e by t cos 2 pi fct plus 3 pi by 4.
Yeah. So S2 of t is equal to square root of 2e by t cosine of 2 pi fct. And here since I is 2, so 2 into 2, 4, 4 minus 1 is 3, right? It becomes 3 pi by 4. So for when I is 1, the value of this phase angle is pi by 4. When I is 2, the value of this phase angle becomes 3 pi by 4, right? Similarly, when I is equal to 3, then I can write S3 of t. Yes, other people can say what is the expression I can write for S3 of t when I is 3 in this expression. Yes, come on, quickly, people should respond. When I is 3, what is the value of S3 of t? Yes, my dear students, respond. Na?
Root 2e by t cos 2 pi fct plus 5 pi by 4.
Yeah, so S3 of t is equal to square root of 2e by t cosine of 2 pi fct plus, since I said I is 3, so 3 into 2 is 6, 6 minus 1 is 5. So I can write 5 pi by 4. Yes, similarly, when I is 4, yes, any one of you?
Root of 2e by t cos 2 pi fct plus 7 pi by 4.
Yeah, very good. So when I is 4, I can write S4 of t is equal to square root of 2e by t cosine of 2 pi fct plus 7 pi by 4. Right? Means, so I have 4 signals, right? So I can transmit a pair of bits with one phase. Right? That is when it is 1 1. Okay, when it is 1 1. So I hope we'll be able to visualize here. Let us assume that there are two basis functions. Okay, one is pi 1 of t, another one is pi 2 of t. That is a first quadrant. First quadrant, both the things are positive, right? Plus plus. So let me consider that as 1 1. Okay, my bit is 1 1 symbol. So there I can mark 45 degree. That pi by 4 is nothing but 45 degree, right? So that is one message point. And next one is the second quadrant, that is 0 1, right? So that will be what? 3 pi by 4. Then the third quadrant, so that is both are negative, means I can say it is 0 0. That will be of what? 5 pi by 4. And fourth quadrant, it will be what? 1 0. So which is nothing but what? 7 pi by 4. I will show the signal constellation diagram, then you will be able to visualize that clearly. Sorry. So what I wanted to convey here is in what way this expression is different from BPSK. I hope we will be able to understand that. Here we are able to transmit 2 bits, okay, 2 bits per second when compared to only 1 bit per second in case of BPSK, right? So I said E is the transmitted signal energy per symbol and T is the symbol duration. Okay. Then I was saying if we consider the gray encoded set of bits, so you all know what is a gray code, right? So there will be a change in only one bit. So with respect to that, here the 2 bits are written. So let me go to the next slide. Let me switch off my video, otherwise it will be taking more time to switch over. Yeah. Yeah, I think previous slide is fine. So, okay. Yes, able to see now? Yes, able to see slide?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So here I am talking about the signal space diagram of the QPSK signals. Okay. So the equation 1, whatever in the previous slide I said, that is SI of t is equal to what I said. It is root of 2e by t root of 2e by t cosine of 2 pi fct plus 2i minus 1 of pi by 4, right? So you can consider that as cos of a plus b, okay, cos of a plus b. So if you consider that as cos of a plus b, you know what is the formula to be written, right? Is it possible to say, any one of you, what is cos of a plus b? Yes, cos of a plus b, I was telling about this. I can use the trigonometric identity, right? So I said, what you can think, first term is a, that is 2 pi fct, and second term is b. So this is cos of a plus b. What is cos of a plus b? Yes, my dear students, I am asking basics. Cos of a plus b. Hello? Hello?
Cos A cos B minus sin A sin B.
Yeah. So cos of a plus b is what? Cos a cos b minus sin a sin b. So that we have applied here and we are expanding that. Okay. So SI of t will be is equal to, what is written here? SI of t is equal to square root of 2e by t cosine of, right? That is 2i minus 1 of pi by 4 into cos of 2 pi fct. I said a can be taken as 2i minus 1 of pi by 4 and b is the 2 pi fct. So with respect to that, I said cos a cos b minus sin a sin b, right? So square root of 2e by t sine of 2i minus 1 of pi by 4 into sine of 2 pi fct. Okay, so just I am using that formula, that is the trigonometric identity. What I said is a cos of a plus b. I am expanding the equation and I am rewriting that. Okay, so now I can say the value of I can vary from 1 to 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So based on this representation, means looking at this, what I can say is we can have the two orthonormal basis functions. Okay, the first orthonormal basis function can be defined as what? So pi 1 of t is equal to root of 2 by t cosine of 2 pi fct. That is one basis function, and another basis function is root of 2 by t sine of 2 pi fct. Okay, so for this particular equation, what I can say is we can have two orthonormal basis functions, pi 1 of t and pi 2 of t. So the value of n, the capital N is equal to 2. And I have how many symbols here? 4 symbols, right? So the value of capital M is equal to 4, what I wanted to say. Okay, so two orthonormal basis functions. Then, then we know how to represent, okay, in the signal as a vector, right? So SI. So as I said, there are 4 message points, right? So that can be expressed in the form of the signal vector. So root of E cosine of 2i minus 1 of pi by 4 Another one is minus root e sine of 2i minus 1 of 5 by 4. And you can substitute the value of I as 1, 2, 3, 4, and you will be able to write what is S1, then what is S2, S3, and S4. Okay, so S1 is what? Si1, then what is S2 and S3 and S4, right? So the elements of the signal vectors, what I denoted here is what Si1 and Si2 have their values. I will show you that table. Okay, I think you can try out that. Fine. Yeah, this also I said, as I said in this QPSK, the signal constellation diagram, it is what? Two-dimensional. That is why I said the capital value of n is equal to 2, since I have two orthonormal basis functions and I have 4 message points, that is m is equal to 4, right? So let me show the signal constellation diagram, then I think you'll be able to get the clarity. Yeah. So here this is pi 1 axis. Okay. Yes, hope able to see this diagram. This is a pi 1 axis and this one is a pi 2 axis I have written, right? So the message points, okay, so is written with M1, M1, M2, M3, M4, okay. So M1 is what I have written here 1 0, M2 is 0 0, then M3 is 0 1, and M4 is 1 1. Okay, so since it is gray encoded, right, what I said. So this is the first, and I am dividing this into 4 regions. Okay, so this is my decision boundary. Okay, this is my decision boundary. I hope you are able to see whatever the cursor I am moving, right, my decision boundary. So means what I can say from this is the region. Yes, able to see these regions. So region Z1 means each quadrant I can consider it as one region. Okay, so this is the region Z1, the region Z2, then region Z3, and this is the region Z4. Okay, so 4 regions are there. Okay, so this is all be useful for understanding the receiver working. Okay, when do we means how the receiver will take a decision in favor of whether the transmitted symbol is 0 0, 0 1, 1 0, or 1 1. Okay, so first we need to try to understand how we have written this signal constellation diagram. So it is two-dimensional, what I said, pi 1 and pi 2 can write. So as per your understanding, you all know this is the first quadrant, both the things will be positive, then it will be what? Second quadrant, right? And this is your third quadrant, both the things will be negative, and this one is fourth quadrant. Okay, so with that basic understanding, hope you are able to say this is the 1 1, then this is message 0 1, and this one is 0 0, and this one is 1 0. Okay, so this is what I wanted to convey about the signal constellation diagram and the value, right? So I hope from here, if you consider this a 45 degree, right? That is pi by 4. So message 1 1 will be, that is symbol 1 1 will be converted with a phase shift of 1 1. That is pi by 4. Okay, and this one is what? 135 degree. That is what? 3 pi by 4. Right, and this one is 5 pi by 4. So 5 pi by 4 is nothing but what? 225 degree. Right, and this one is how much? 325 plus 225 plus 90. It is 315 degree, right? Yes, am I correct? So this is 45 degree. I said message point 1 1, pi by 4, right? Between these two quadrants, between pi 1 and pi 2, the angle is 45 degree, right? So that, so symbol 1 1 will be converted with a phase shift of 1 1, 45 degree in the phase of the carrier, and the symbol 0 1 will be converted with the carrier phase of 135 degree. Fine, and symbol 0 0 will be conveyed with a phase shift of how much it is? I said 5 pi by 4. 5 pi by 4 is nothing but what? Is it 225? Yes, my dear student should respond. 5 pi by 4. Is it 225? Hello? Hello, am I connected or disconnected? I'm not getting any response. I don't know.
Yes,
Yes,
sir,
am I
it's 225.
225, right? Please respond. Otherwise, I will be thinking whether I have connected or not. Okay. And you should understand when I wanted to see you people again, I need to change my window. I need to come out of this slideshow and then only I will be able to see you people. So, okay. So, are we able to understand what I'm saying about this QPSK? This is the first quadrant, which is 45 degree, then 135 degree, 225 degree. Then how much it is? 225 plus 90. It is 315 degree, right? So these are the four phase shifts which are happening in the phase of the carrier to convey these four symbols. Okay. Yes, is this clear? Or do you have any doubts with respect to writing the signal constellation diagram? Yes, my dear student should respond. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you. So with respect to that, now what I said, there are four regions, right? Z1, Z2, Z3, Z4, you can say that. Then since it is a gray encoded input bits, right? First bit I have taken as 1, 1. So for that, the phase of the QPSK signal will be pi by 4. Then these are the coordinates of the message points, that is SI1 and SI2. That is I have shown in the previous slide. How do I represent SI, right? I think yeah, from this slide, I think you should be able to write all those values, whatever is written now. So substitute just when I is equal to 1, you will be getting SI1 and SI2. When I is 1, so this is S1, right? So this vector will be what I said. So substitute that is SI1, right? Means I is 1, that is 1, 1, and then 1, 2. Okay, S1, 2, then one is S11, another one is S12. Just is it possible to say what we get when I is 1? So it is root E into cos of pi by 4, right? What is cos 45? Yes, what is cos 45?
1 by root 2.
1 by root 2.
So it is nothing but what I can write is root of E by 2, right? Square root of E by 2, that is plus square root of E by 2. Similarly, what is sin 45?
1 by root 2.
Yeah, 1 by root 2, right? So I can write minus square root of E by 2. So is it matching with the next table? What is written here? Just try to understand this table. Don't feel that it is complicated. It's not nothing like that. Yes, for 1, 1, the phase of the QPSK signal is pi by 4. So SI1 is what? Root of E by 2, right? And SI2. So when I is 1, that this is 1, 1, and this is 1, 2. Is it root of E by 2? Yes, any questions? That is why it is represented in the first quadrant. Both the things are positive. Okay. Next is, I said there is one bit change, gray encoded. So first bit is written as it is 1. Next bit will be changing from 1 to 0, right? So 0, 1. So this will be conveyed with the phase of the carrier of what value? 3 pi by 4. That is 135 degree. So just substitute again I as 2, right, in that expression. So you'll be able to get these values. That is minus root of E by 2 as S21 and S22 as root of E by 2. Similarly for 0, 0, okay, which is there in the third quadrant. That is what I said. There is a change in one bit, right? So first bit is written as it is. It is changing from 1 to 0. So for that phase shift is pi by 5 pi by 4. So for that the coordinate values will be with this one. So minus root of E by 2, then minus root of E by 2. So that is the third quadrant. Then next is 1, 0, right? Yes, able to understand this point. So first bit as it is written, next bit is changing from 0 to 1. That is why it is 1, 0. This will be converted with a phase shift of 7 pi by 4, and the coordinates values are what? Plus root of e by 2 and then minus root of e by 2. So that is why this point is that. Okay, so this is what the distance between each message point, vertically and as well as horizontally. Okay, so from here to here, so you can say it is root of e by 2. Okay, here to here also it is root of e by 2. Yes, hope this table is clear, and as well as the signal space diagram. Yes, my dear student, I need response.
Yes, sir.
So with respect to this, just substitute I as 1, you will get S11 and S12. Then substitute I as 2, that is S2. That is what? You will get S21 and S22. Similarly, I as 3, you will get S31 and S32. If you substitute I as 4, you will get S41 and S42. Okay, so based on that, the next is written. Okay, so let me show the waveforms related to this QPSK. Okay. Yes, any questions to ask, you can ask. It may take 1 or 2 minutes to open the slide. Yes, my dear students, let us try to be interactive now. Do you have any questions so far, whatever I have discussed about QPSK? Hello? Yes, are you there with me?
Yes, sir.
Response. Do you have any questions about QPSK so far, whatever I have discussed?
No, sir.
Yeah, I think you need to follow this. How do I express SI of t as, right? You start with that. Then I said, what is the trigonometric identity I'm using to expand that equation? How I am saying there are two orthonormal basis functions I have. Then how do I write that table, right? I think. Yeah, before I go to the waveforms, just let me say about the block diagram of this QPSK, transmitter and as well as receiver. Yes, able to see?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just have a look about the transmitter. What are the blocks are there? Is it possible to say from your end? Yes, QPSK transmitter. Please communicate, other students. I'm just asking you people to say what is the first block. Hello?
Binary data sequencer.
Yeah, so I need that, right? Binary data I need.
Yeah,
So
sir.
means I will be having a binary data generator. Okay, it may be generating the binary data randomly. Okay, I will be having zeros and ones. Okay, so that data will be given to the what polar NRZ encoder. Okay, the incoming binary data sequence will be first passed through the polar NRZ encoder. Means I am representing 0 by a negative pulse and 1 by a positive pulse. right? That is why I am using this polar NRZ encoder. After that, I am doing what? I am giving it to demultiplexer. So what is the function of this demultiplexer? So demultiplexer is nothing but a serial to parallel converter. Okay, demultiplexer is nothing but what? Serial to parallel converter. Means what it will do, the output of polar NRZ encoder means it will be having zeros and ones, right? So it will be separating the odd and even sequence. Okay, serial to parallel converter will do that. Odd sequence one side and even sequence another side. Okay, that is why I have written here two sequences. One is A1 of t, another one is A2 of t. Okay, so after passing it through a serial to parallel converter, hope I will convey with an example by taking an 8-bit data, how that given 8-bit data will be separated into odd and even sequence. Then what we multiply odd sequence and what we multiply by even sequence. Then how do we get the QPSK signal? Okay, so this is what the block diagram representation is. So what I said, the incoming binary data sequence is encoded by using polar NRZ encoder. Then it will be passed through serial to parallel converter. So we get odd and even sequence, right? Then that will be multiplied by the basis functions. See here the basis functions. Look at the basis functions. I said two orthonormal basis functions, right? One is pi 1 of t and another one is pi 2 of t. So what is pi 1 of t? It is root of 2 by t cosine of 2 pi of ct. One is cos and another one is sine. Okay. So what is the phase shift among these two basis functions? Cos and sine. What is the phase difference between these two? Yes, I expect you to answer this. Cos and sine.
Pi by 2.
It is 90 degree, right? So 90 degree phase shift is there, right? So one sequence I will be multiplying by cos, another sequence I will be multiplying by sine. Then I am summing the output of these two product modulators. Then I will be able to get the QPSK signal. Okay, so this is all about the QPSK transmitter. Very simple to understand what is there here. We are giving the binary data sequence to the polar NRZ encoder, right? Why we are passing it through polar NRZ encoder? We need to represent the incoming binary data, okay, in terms of some form of encoders, right? That is why we are using polar NRZ encoder. In this case of polar NRZ encoder, we represent binary symbol 1 by a positive pulse and binary symbol 0 by a negative pulse. Then output of that will be given to serial to parallel converter. Okay, I said this demultiplexer is nothing but a serial to parallel converter. So this will segregate odd and even sequence, right? So we get two sequence, one is A1 of t and another is A2 of t. Okay, so these two sequences will be multiplied by two different orthonormal basis functions which are having a phase difference of 90 degree, right? So one sequence is multiplied by cosine and another sequence is multiplied by sine. So then output of these two product modulator will be added to get the QPSK signal. Fine. So this is about the QPSK transmitter. I said how the receiver will work. So X of t is the received signal. So which is having what? S of t plus noise, right? So that will be first passed through correlator. So this is first correlator and this is the second correlator. Okay. So the incoming received signal, which is denoted as what? X of t, I said, that incoming received signal will be given to the two correlators. Okay, in that the first correlator, the basis function is what? Pi 1 of t. The another correlator, the basis function is pi 2 of t. So whatever pi 1 of t, pi 2 of t, I am using at the transmitter side, the same carrier will be used at the receiver side also. They will be synchronized in phase and frequency. That is why it is called coherent, right? Then you know how does it works. Correlator, right? So output of the correlator, I get x1. Here, output of the second correlator, I get the random variable as x2. Right? I say this is in phase component because why it is called in phase? You all know when do we say it is in phase? When do we say it is quadrature component? Right? Something multiplied by cosine we call as in phase component, right? Something multiplied by sine 2 pi of ct, then we call that as a quadrature component. So it's the in-phase channel we say, and this is the quadrature channel. Then output of each correlator will be given to the decision device. Okay, decision device. So here I am using two decision device, right? And the threshold value is set to 0. Okay, for each of the decision device. So then output of these two decision devices will be given to the multiplexer. So you know the function of multiplexer. I think I need not say much about that, right? What it will do. So then output of the multiplexer is what is the estimated estimation of the transmitted binary sequence. Okay, so this is how the QPSK receiver works. In brief, I said. Okay, so let me take example, and with the waveforms, let me show how does it modulate, means how the QPSK modulated waveform looks like, then how this receiver functions. Hope is it clear? In brief, I said about transmitter and receiver. Do you have any questions to ask? You can ask.
No questions.
You will be able to understand still in a better way when we are discussing with respect to the waveforms and the signal space diagram. Okay, so let me take this example. So take time. So try to observe this waveform carefully. Okay, then you will be able to understand. So okay, so this is my input binary sequence. Okay, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0. You all can write in your notebook. I think by writing only you will be able to understand this waveform. I request all of you to write this sequence. So just, or you observe first 2 minutes, then you can start writing and try to understand. So I said, what is the input binary sequence? 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, then 0, 0. Hope it is clear. The input binary sequence is what I said: 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, then 0, 0. Okay. So in this, what is the first set? I said we do that polar NRZ encoding. After that, I said we are segregating this input binary sequence into odd and even sequence, right? So what is the odd in this? 1357, right? So it is an 8-bit data, right? 8-bit data. In that, what is 1357? Yes, is it possible to say what is? If I say it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? 8-bit data is there. You all know what is odd and what is even, right? 1357 is the odd bit, right? That is why. So first is written 0, then this bit, this 1, then again 1, then next 0. Hope clear how I said this odd sequence? Yes, is it clear what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Then similarly, the even sequence. What is even sequence? This is second one, na? 2, 4, 6, 8. So 2, 4, 6, 8. So this is 2. Then this is fourth bit is 0. Then sixth bit is also 0. Then eighth bit also is 0. That is why it is written the even numbered sequence as 1, 0, 0. Okay. You write this 8-bit data, that is 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0. You number it from 1 to 8. Okay, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like that. In that, you know what is odd number and what is even number. So write accordingly the odd sequence, then even sequence. Okay. Hope it is done. See, odd sequence is multiplied by what? SI1 pi 1 of t is there. Means it is a cosine signal, right? Then similarly, the even number sequence is multiplied by what? SI2 pi 2 of t. Means it is a sine 1. Right? The orthonormal basis function is sine here, and for odd number it is even. And that is, it is cos. Right? So now let us try to write what is SI1 pi 1 of t. That is what I wanted to say is this is output of the product modulator 1 with respect to the block diagram of QPSK transmitter. And this waveform, second one, is the output of the product modulator 2. Okay, that is second one. Okay, so just think for the first one, then we will be able to understand what is S of t, right? Means addition of these two. We are going to add these two, then we will be able to say what is the QPSK transmitted signal with what phase, right? So let us try to understand first. It started with what angle and ending with what? So it is a minus cos, right? Hope is clear. And this one is cosine plus cos, right? Then it is continuing with that same phase, plus cos only till this. Then it is becoming minus cos. Just try to understand why at the beginning it is minus cos, and then here it became plus cos, then again here it becomes minus cos. Similarly, the even numbered sequence, it started with sine, right? So this is sine wave. I think 2 cycles, right? This is 1 cycle and it's a 2 cycles. So the value of NC I have taken as 2. Okay, 2 cycles is written in 1 symbol duration. So 2 bits is 1 symbol, right? So in 1 symbol duration, 2 cycles of waveform is written. So here it is sine and it is inverted here, next cycle, right? So next cycle is also inverted, I feel. Just think, so it is inverted sine only, right? Only for first thing is sine till this. Then next cycle, that is next 1 symbol duration is inverted, right? From year to year. Again, next is positive, right? Hope you're able to get what I'm saying. Yes, my dear students, should try to understand this waveform. Yes, why it is minus cos? It started with minus cos. Anyone can say? Hello? Any one of you, is it possible to say why this SI1 phi 1 of t started with minus cos? Yes, my dear students, please respond now.
It is 0, sir.
First bit is
See, this bit is 0, right? So it is a negative amplitude we are representing, right? Because SI1 will be what? Minus, that is negative pulse, right? So here cos is there. That is why it is with started with minus cos, right? This symbol till 1 cycle. Next is 1 is there. So it is with positive pulse. So it is a plus cos, it is, right? Plus cos from till this year. Again, next is 1 is there. That is why it is plus cosine only, right? Till this. Then next is 0 is there. That is why it is with minus cos. So 2 cycles. I have taken 2 cycles. Hope this is understood.
Yes, sir.
Yes, my dear students, have you understood this point?
Yes, sir.
Similarly, SI2 pi 2 of t, that is 1, no? So it started with the positive pulse. That's why it is sine for 1 cycle, right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Then, so it is 0. So negative cycle. Okay. Yes. Till this. Again, negative cycle. Next is 0 is there. That is why. Right? Means next consecutive 3 bits are 0, 0. That is why you start from here. Just 2 cycles you understand. This is 1 cycle. Then from year to year is another cycle. Right? That is year 1. Then from year to here it is 1 cycle. Right? I think till this it is 1 cycle. Right? 2 cycles, no? 1 cycle, then another cycle. So again negative sign, right? From I think from here to again here. So again started with negative cycle, right? Yes sir, I think I will mark if possible with pen. So 2 cycles, 1, 2, This is 1, and from here it is 1, right? Then again from here to here, from here to here it is 1. Yeah. Yes, hope clear this point? Hello? Why it is written minus sign? Yeah. So when you understand these two waveforms, no, then just add. Then addition of that, I think, let me use pen only. Yeah. Just see what is this angle. Okay. Is it possible to say any one of you? See in QPSK, what happens here, at what angle it starts, no, it will be ending with the same angle. Just understand. This is one cycle, right? For one symbol. So it is ended with this, right? Is it possible to say what will be the angle it started with? See that for 0, 1, what is the angle for 0, 1?
9.
0, 1, I could not hear, somebody is talking something. Yes, 0, 1. Yeah, for 0, 1. What is the angle for 0, 1?
3 pi by 4.
3 pi by 4. You just check here with respect to that. Yes, able to identify. What is for 1, 0?
7 pi by 4.
I think it is 1, 0, first one. See, first, what we need to take odd sequence, even sequence, then odd. That is, you have to go with this 1, 0. Right? For 1, 0, it is how much it is? For 1, 0.
7 pi by 4.
7 pi by 4, it is nothing but 315 degree, right? So it will be starting with 350 and it will be ending with 350 at this point, right? So this is my 350 degree. Okay, it starts with 350, ends with 315. Hope this point is clear. I said first bit is my even bit, next one is the odd bit. Next thing, it is 0, 1. See, for 0, 1, it is how much? It is. So next 0, 1, 0, 1 is there, two things. That is why it started with this point. What is this one? Is it 135? This value, whatever I am marking. 135, just 2 cycles. This is 1. Then again from here it will be. Again it starts from same angle, right? Because it is 0, 1 only. So again 2 cycles. Here till this point. Okay. So ending point is that one only. Is it 135? Yes, this point, what I am saying. Then it is 0, 0. So 0, 0. Last is 0, 0. So it starts with what? 225 degree. Okay, this angle is 225 degree. So it ends with 225 degree. Okay, so it's very, very important in case of QPSK. Try to understand the starting phase and ending phase will be same for each die bit. Hope everybody are able to get this clarity. How do we write the starting phase and ending phase for each of the die bit? Or still do you have any doubts? Take time. I think it is not that so easily will go to your mind. So that is why I asked you people to write in your notebook. Hope first thing, second waveform is clear. Then once these two waveforms are clear, I think we'll be able to write the third one, that is the QPSK modulated signal. Yes, I marked wherever it is starting and ending. Is that point is clear? I'm asking.
Sir, we can't see only, sir, what you have marked.
I marked with red pen, red color, man. Miss, just I wanted to indicate. I indicated this. It is not visible.
No, sir. Only that cycle measurement is seen, sir. One cycle you have marked, only that we can see, sir.
Okay. What happened then? I miss. Okay, I will just discard. Hmm. Okay, what you are able to see now? You see S of t. I have not marked anything.
Sir, in
Sorry.
even number sequence, you have marked one cycle, sir. Only that we can see.
That is what. Okay, that is earlier one. Old one means what I said is, yeah, that is for even numbered sequence means how it will be a negative cycle because it is 0, 0 only, no? Right? So it started with minus sign. Similarly, the ending here with again next minus sign. I think let me take. Yeah. So what I wanted to say is from year to year, two cycles are there. This is one cycle and is another cycle, right? Again, for next symbol is also 0. That is why it will be 0, negative cycle only till this. Again, next is also 0. That is why I written two cycles of negative sign. Hope this point is clear.
Sir, that is clear, sir. But how to measure the starting and ending phases?
Okay, okay. So in a given sinusoidal signal, you know what is 0 degree, what is 90 degree, what is 45, what is 135. That you are able to not able to say. So this whatever cursor I made, no, that is 0 degree with respect to sign. I'm saying, okay. If I keep it here, it
So
will be
we
90
can't see
degree.
the screen, sir.
You
If you
can't
go to
see.
slideshow mode, so you can't see.
Okay, you are not able to see my cursor.
No, sir.
Okay. Means if I come out of this slideshow,
Yes, sir, we can see now.
now you can see, but I will not be able to use the cursor.
Sir, it's better if you share your entire screen.
Entire screen I can't, man. This is PPT, no. Like that it will not come entire screen. Okay, try to observe this. I think I thought I will be able to convey. You are saying you're not able to see. Oh, fine, 1 minute. I will, I think, take. I hope you people can take the screenshot of this and try to understand. Any difficulty I can take up in the next class. Maybe, okay? Is that fine?
Yes, sir.
Note down this. I will come back to that. And before ending up, I will just. Oh, sorry. Yeah, able to see this one? QPSK constellation I have written, na? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So 4 message points have been specified here, right? So this one is, first one is 45 degree. Yeah, I went to again slideshow. Hope you are able to see 4 message points.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is 45 degree. This is 135 degree. This is 225 degree, and this one is 315 degree. Okay. So instead of writing pi 1, pi 2, I have shown what is in phase and quadrature. Okay. So x-axis is I have taken, and y-axis is q, right? Quadrature component. Okay. So this is 0, 90, 180, 270, and again 360 degree. That is nothing but 0 degree, right? So out of 4 quadrants, where I have specified my 4 message points I have shown. I think that much is clear.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What are you seeing now?
QPSK constellation, sir.
So for 0, 0, that arrow is shown, right? with arrow and waveforms is also shown here. You able to see that one? Red color. Then another 3 green colors waveforms are there.
Sir, that is in the next slide, sir. You're showing slide number 11 now.
11. Okay, man. Now I think I will not be able to move with the slideshow. Yes, are you able to see now at least? Now
Yes.
I come out of that slideshow. Okay, fine. So just to understand, I have taken this one. So this is for 0, 0. This is what I say the message point with an angle of 225 degree. Okay, and next one is what 135 degree. So that is what for 0, 1. Fine. So hope you are able to see the change in color also in the waveform. What I means I am indicating which quadrant signal it is. Right. Next one is the fourth quadrant it is came. That is for 1, 0, it is 315 degree. And next one is 45 degree. That is for 1, 1. Okay. Yes. Just I have shown how I can move around these 4 quadrants. Right. 0, 0 it is. Then 0, 1. Then 1, 0. Then 1, 1. Okay. Yes, is this clear? So I think with this
Yes,
I
sir.
stop today and try to understand that waveform. Let me have a discussion about that, I think tomorrow. Because it is very important, QPSK. Okay. Just 1 minute, I will take the attendance. So I am finding strength of, okay, already people are rating their USN in the chart box. It is fine. That is parallel batch students. Let me stop recording.